Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here with us today at Welsh Ryan Arena. We'll have Coach Collins, and then we will have both of our 20-point scorers, Pete Nance and Ryan Young, in after that. Put them both up there together. We begin with an opening statement by the head coach, and then open it up for questions, and I'll just kind of manage it from here. So, Coach.
Thank you guys for being here. Certainly a tremendous win for us tonight. I have a ton of respect for High Point and Coach Smith. And it was a big day for us, too, for our future. You know, we were able to add two, we feel, tremendous pieces towards the future of our program. And it's always exciting. In Rowan Brumbaugh and Luke Hunger, you know, two guys that are winners, competitors, tough-minded guys that really fit how we play. And so really excited about that. It was a good start to the day. And then we got a chance to come out here and compete tonight. And, you know, I thought this was a great game for us. We knew High Point's a good team. Guys, this is a team that could very well, you know, be an NCAA tournament team. You saw that. Their physicality, their athleticism. They got a player in John Michael Wright that can go for 30-plus any night. I mean, he's a terrific player. He can play anywhere in the country. And give them credit. They came out, and I thought they kind of imposed their will early on us. They were quicker to the ball. They were more physical. They were attacking the boards on us. They got us in foul trouble. But I was really proud because I thought our guys never really got rattled by it. You know, in the past, when these guys were young guys, you know, they would get flustered by a quick run like that, and it would be hard for them to kind of get out of that. But, you know, we just kept saying in the huddles and the timeouts, let's just pick up our play, let's get a few stops, let's string some stops together, let's be sharp on offense. You know, I thought we did a good job kind of attacking their pressure and getting them to foul us, which then got us to the foul line. You know, I thought Boo in the first half kind of really steadied the ship for us. And then and Ryan Greer hit some big shots late in the first half. I think he had those 2 threes. I think he had maybe 8 points there in the first half to kind of get us going. And then the second half, our big guys, you know, were Pete and Ryan Young were just magnificent. And I thought our defense picked up, and we were able to really wear them down, you know, I thought. And it was just a really good win. You know, I was nervous about this game coming in just because I knew that, you know, from watching on film, and I know Coach Smith, you know, what he's all about. You know, I knew this was going to be a game that we were going to have to play well in order to win, and we did that. So it's a good win, and it's good to get off to a good start here at home and win these 2 games.
How big was Nance for you guys in the second half? I know he scored like 14 points in like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, no, it was great. You know, and Pete, you know, he never really got a rhythm in the first half because of the early fouls. You know, and I thought it was, you know, it was just kind of one of the. I'm not saying they weren't fouls, but he just kind of got caught in situations, and you know, he just when you have to sit a big part of the second half, first half, it's hard to kind of get a rhythm. You know, because you're sitting over there cold, and then, you know, we drew something up to call his number the first play of the second half. We kind of slipped him out of a screen, and he hit a 3. You know, right at the top of the key, I think, on the first possession. And once he saw that ball go in, you could kind of just see in his face. And we challenged him. You know, we need him to be that kind of guy for us. You know, we need his production. We need his aggressiveness. And, you know, for him to come out in the second half the way he did with Ryan Young, you know, we feel that's, you know, a really good 2-headed monster inside for us as we move along in the season.
What kind of adjustments did you make at halftime? I mean, you take 14 3-pointers in the first half, but only 6 in the second. Did you talk about shot selection?
Little bit. Yeah, we just, you know, we want our guys to take their threes. I mean, we have good shooters. I mean, if Boo's open, if Ty Berry's open, if Ryan Greer's open, you know, Pete, we want those guys to take open shots. But we felt we had them in foul trouble, and we felt like we had an advantage in the post. And we didn't want to get away from that, you know, and we just told those guys we need to keep driving the ball. You know, we need to keep throwing the ball inside, and then seeing what the game gives us from that. And it ended up giving us a lot of paint scores, which really ended up being great production for us in the second half.
In these first 2 games, you've definitely kind of opened up the bench a lot. You've played a lot of the younger guys. What have you seen kind of from the freshmen and sophomores that might not have played much?
Yeah, I mean, it's really been important for Casey and Julian to be ready to play with Chase's injury, you know, because, you know, coming into the year, you kind of thought you had Chase there, you know, as that 5th guy in that starting lineup. And obviously once he gets healthy, he will be. But for those guys to come out in his absence and give us the athleticism, give us the defense, give us the rebound, you see it just adds a dimension. Their athleticism and length, it allows us to force some more turnovers, allows us to get out in the open floor a little bit. And, I believe in these guys. Like, if we're going to play fast and we're going to play this hard, then guys have to play, because guys aren't going to be able to play 32, 34, 36 minutes. So we're going to have to use our bench. We need depth. And guys getting this kind of experience early in the season, to me, is only an added bonus when hopefully we get Chase back here soon.
You mentioned that Rowan's official now. Can you speak to the whole recruiting process with him, especially as he blew up over the summer, and how you seal the deal?
Yeah, Rowan's a guy. He's just a gamer, man. He's just a prototypical point guard. I think he fits in perfectly with how we want to play. He's got great size. He's 6'3", so I could see him and Boo playing together a lot. As we come forward, that's why his versatility, his size, it allows us to then maybe move Boo off the ball some, and utilize his scoring. He's really good in pick and rolls. He's a competitor. He's a guy. He's fearless. That's what I love. And obviously by the schools that recruited him, it shows what he has, the fact that inside of him, the fact that he said, what, this is the place for me. This is the coach I want to play for. This is the guys I want to play with. This is going to be a spot for me to really flourish and thrive. And really excited about him coming in with us next year. I think he's going to really add another ball handler and playmaker for us.
Notably, who was left out from the second half rotation was Brooks Barnheiser, who's with his second game out. What's his status right now?
Yeah, he's under the weather, so he kind of got, hit with the flu bug a little bit. So, he's been sick. He wasn't even at the game tonight, so he's back home in his dorm, and I know he's chomping at the bit to get back. So he's been really struggling the last couple of days. So we just, we didn't want it to kind of fester to the rest of the team. We're getting him his treatment and his meds, and hopefully it'll be a couple-day thing. I'm hoping after these next couple of days that he'll be available, starting for our next game. But a lot of it just kind of depends on how he responds, to the illness. So that's where he was tonight.
Ryan Young obviously had a great game for you guys tonight. I think he was perfect from the field. Is that someone who you see maybe inserting into the starting lineup, or where do you see his role moving forward?
Yeah, you know what, guys? Like, I'm not getting too caught up in, like, starters and things like that. And I've told the guys, like, Ryan is a starter to me. He's been a starter. He started a lot of games. To me, matchups could, are we getting off to good starts? And all these guys know it's about if you finish a game in a close game. To me, it's not so much about starting, because all these guys are going to play. They're all going to play right around 20 minutes, and give or take whoever's playing well and what the game entails. And our guys understand that. I feel Elijah Williams could start a game. I feel definitely Ryan Young could start a game. Ryan Greer could start a game for us. So, I don't want our guys to get too caught up. I just told all of them to be ready. Because as we go along, we might play a team where a really big front line, which we're going to see in the Big Ten, we might start Ryan Young. Against the Kofi or against the Dickinson or against the Purdue guys. So yes, he's a starter in my opinion. And it's just kind of a game by game thing, matchups, how we're playing, and that's how we'll do it. And I want all these guys to have starters mentalities though. And he does a great job with that. That's Ryan. I mean, I asked him to do that a little bit last year, and he's just always ready to go. He doesn't get caught up in that. You put him in and he plays, he's going to give you what he's got. So I'm happy he's on our team because he's a good player.
Looking ahead to the rest of the season, is there anything you guys feel like you have to prove, especially once you get to Big Ten play?
Yeah, I just think every night we're just trying to focus on, and I know it's cliche and I hate that stuff, but like the main thing we've talked about is like if we want to be a team that at the end of the year is in the mix for things that we have goals for, which I think this team should, I think we're good enough to be in that position, that we have to have a sense of urgency right now. You have to be ready to play these games in November. And so that when you get to the Big Ten, you're still playing games that matter. So we've really tried to just really focus on what's in front of us, try to get better. We got thrown a little bit of a curveball with Chase being out and our leading scorer from last year. So it kind of thrust our young guys into the mix a little bit early, and they've responded and they've played well. And like, I thought we played a lot better tonight than we did in our first game. And to me, that's growth. And the more this group plays together and gets in game situations, hopefully you'll continue to see that growth and improvement. Yes, sir.
Yeah, during that 13-game losing streak last year, there was a lot of problems with like starting slow shooting wise and then not really recovering. You started 0 from 7 from 3 tonight, and then kind of quickly heated up. You talked about Boo's 3 and then Ryan's 3s.
Mhm.
How important are those like big momentum plays
Yeah.
to snapping out of those cold streaks?
Yeah, well, I mean, getting it off to a good start is always a big emphasis to ours. Of ours. We always talk about trying to win that first 4 minutes. And sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes we're playing against pretty good teams, so sometimes they come out like I thought they made some shots. They made some tough shots early, which got us behind. But the main thing I want our guys to realize too, you want to get off to a great start, but I thought we did a good job tonight of understanding it's a 40-minute game. And although we got down 9 early and they were making shots and had a lot of confidence and got some momentum, we hung in there. We kept fight. We had positive talk in the huddles. We were talking about getting stops. We finally came out. I think we got 6 out of 7 stops in a row. We were able to see the ball go in the basket a little bit. But yeah, executing early and seeing the ball go in is to me very important. Because in the beginning of a game, there's always going to be a little opening game jitters. And if you can see the ball go in, you kind of settle into the game. So that's always a big point of emphasis of ours starting each game.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. See you guys Tuesday.
It was a damn good press conference. I told you my first press conference was the one after Kobe Bryant died, right? That was a very interesting press conference because he had worked with Kobe a lot in the Olympics. So we were talking with him a lot about that experience, and it was very emotional. It was a very good experience. He's a very interesting chat for basketball stuff. Who's that with fruit you're talking about? Maybe, but someone else. Yeah, different guy from Canada.
And then we're moving. I mean, it's like it's whatever. Doesn't you can write it during the game, you can write it after the game, as long as like it's up by like 6, 7 that night. Basically, as long as it's up which will have up the next day. But also, a lot of people have just kind of moved on to basketball, which is fine.
What's Luke Hunger's
John ever answer you?
Rollins the one who
What did he say?
Like not one. I'm not offended. He said like that clock is just all sorts of clock. I was just looking at that. I was like, it's the same length. And that just to focus on. Wait, that's what my question was. They're scary. It's in my call.
There you go. It's a better story to send a job. Second half push. Pete Nance.
journalism shares one thing.
In the first half, I did not know what you were going to write about, but second half, more exciting.
From the original.
That's insane. Oh, sorry, I took the easier one from you.
No, you're good. They only took 6 threes. That's the best.
No. In the whole half? That's crazy.
Yeah.
During the Northwestern.
There's no standard. There's no standard game.
Coach,
You get what you get with that, man.
said the N-word in practice.
The biceps pop. Yeah.
I was
Underside.
I think I scooped a day earlier, but I couldn't complete it because it would have worn my sources covered.
In the chain. The chain is stud.
I don't know where that
It has to
came
weigh.
from.
It has to weigh the next time.
Texting Borzello and getting
Not that I feel like he's like at a shortage for that. Ryan, you had 20 points on the night. You were perfect from the field. Was there anything you kind of saw in High Point's paint defense or that made you feel comfortable that you were looking to attack?
We knew going into the game that we'd have a size advantage, so we wanted to take advantage of that and be able to put the ball inside. But honestly, I think we just spaced the ball really well. My teammates got me the ball in a position where I could work with it, and our shooting tonight was really well, so it was really great. So we were able to space the floor like that, and I was able to go to work down low.
Pete, 20 in the second half after getting 2 in the first. What were you thinking about at halftime, and what adjustments did you make to kind of turn things around?
I got in foul trouble in the first half. That was really the big thing. I got a couple cheap ones, and that kept me out of the game for a majority of the first half. So everybody was just telling me stay in the game, just stay into it. I was trying to stay active on the bench, and then luckily second half, I got it going a little bit thanks to my teammates finding me in my spot. So that was really it.
Pete, it seemed in the second half you were taking a lot of more interior shots or turnarounds near the paint. What sort of drove you to target that area of the court rather than being more perimeter-centric in the first half?
I think that just was that's where the game flow was taking me. I don't really start out the game looking to get my shots anywhere. It's just wherever they come, that's where I'll take them. And I was getting a lot of stuff near the basket in the second half, which allowed me to make a couple threes too. So I was happy to just be able to get it going a little bit.
Do you feel like you getting it going within those first 5 minutes of the second half kind of spread throughout the team? Because I feel like after that, everyone started hitting shots after you made 15 points in 4 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think I know they were getting me the ball, and I think that encourages when we're making the right play and making the extra pass and getting open shots. I think that encourages the rest of the team to do so. I was getting great looks because my teammates were finding me in my spots, and I think it kickstarted a run for us. So I was happy about that.
I can back that up as a teammate. When we see him put the ball through the basket as one of our main scorers, it gives everybody energy, gives everybody confidence.
Pete, how do you and the team get off to a better start next game? It's a pretty close game for much of the first half.
I think they came out, and credit to them, they came out and shot really well right off the bat, and we didn't. I think we started 0 for 7 or 0 for 8 for 3 or something like that, which we're a really good 3-point shooting team. We pride ourselves on that, and that was pretty uncharacteristic of us. But we definitely have to find other ways to stay in the game, whether it be on the offensive glass or just locking up defensively because shots aren't always going to fall. So that's definitely something I'm sure we'll work on in the next couple of days.
Anything else for these guys? No? All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.